Hi there, everyone. Today I have the absolute privilege of sitting down with one of the most inspiring women in our online community, Sinead Krelle. Now, these are the conversations that I love the absolute most. So they're not the highlight reel, they're not the polished versions of success. These are like the real stories behind what it actually takes to create a life most people just dream about. So Sinead lives in Bali. She world schools her children. She's building a thriving six-figure income from anywhere in the world. But what most people don't see, and I've been on your profile, is where you started. So you were a woman with like $1.20 in your bank account. You were pregnant with your first child and you literally had no savings. But what you did have was something even bigger. So today we're going to go beyond the surface and unpack the decisions you made, your mindset shifts, and challenges that transformed your life and your wealth. Because success leaves clues. And one of the greatest shortcuts in business and life is learning from women who have already walked the path before you. So I'm going to be asking Sinead what made her keep going when like most people would have just quit. What changed everything and what are your biggest like beliefs and keys? So if you've ever wondered whether it's truly possible to create more wealth and more freedom, more impact and more choice for yourself, this is the conversation for you. So let's get behind that success story and meet the woman who created it. Sinead, welcome along.
Hi. Thank you for the beautiful introduction.
You're welcome. I did have to read a lot of that because you have accomplished so much that I don't even know how I compounded it down to that short amount. But anyway, let's get straight into it. So,
Awesome.
before this business, what did life actually look like for you financially and lifestyle wise?
Yeah. Oh, just even listening to you share a little bit about my story, then I just massive smile on my face because you need to remember where you came from. And I love doing these interviews because I often forget where I came from. I haven't always had this incredible lifestyle. So we need to rewind 8 years. 8 years I've been in this space for now. And before I found this, I feel like I started my awakening journey of like really coming into like self-development. I was in a situation where I actually was just ungrateful. And ungrateful really comes to mind because my husband and we went on a 6 month trip around Asia. And just reflecting on that experience, I didn't have a bone of gratitude in my body. We were always fighting, we were always bickering, we were doing something that, looking back on that version of myself now, I was like, I've come such a long way. So, we actually fell pregnant unexpectedly with my son. He's now 7, turning 8, and that really pushed me into wanting more and just out of like the normal traditional life. Like I have this saying of like I don't like living the same day twice. And this is kind of like what I've been really leaning towards the last 8 years is creating a life that I truly have on my own terms. And falling pregnant with Wild was literally the my line in the sand moment. It made me realize I can't keep living like this. We're living paycheck to paycheck. We're in $57,000 debt, and I'm a casual personal trainer. Like I'm making $31 an hour. And at that point in my life, I didn't actually realize like I was in a relationship with money. Money is energy. I had absolutely no idea that all of this personal development was about to come into my life and change my world. Prior to finding this, I had tried, low ticket network marketing twice, website design, online personal trainer, like you name, we had an Amazon store, we tried to have an Amazon store. So you name it, we tried it. I just knew in my heart that the online space was going to set us free. I didn't know how, I just knew it. And everyone thought I was batshit crazy. Everyone was just like, what are you doing? Because 8 years ago, the online space, Instagram, Facebook, it was completely different to what it is now. It's normal to work online now. 8 years ago, it was like I was a fish out of water. I was completely like, everyone was like, refund scam, what are you doing? Like, but I just had this like inner knowing inside of me that I had to do it. I had to pursue being in the online space, but being in this online space because once I saw what is available here, like I couldn't unsee it. And so, yeah, we were pretty much fucked. If I want to like put it in like layman's terms, like we were fucked. Like financially, emotionally, in our relationship, we have come so far in our relationship as well. And so, yes, this business has provided us so much financially and independence and ability to come and live overseas in Bali for almost 2 years now, but it saved my marriage. It allowed the doors of my marriage to completely open up and share what we both really, truly wanted from life and not just, yeah, living the same day twice.
That was such a raw and honest share. Like, not many people, I think, share out of real integrity like you just did. Like, they
Thank
don't
you.
want to show you and tell you about the harder parts of their life, like what you said about the relationship and things. Like, they
Yeah.
want to say, they want another way or they want to do this, but you actually had a real reason why, and you invested in yourself to turn your whole life around.
Yeah.
Like, you should be proud, babe. That was epic. That's probably just like blown our whole, like, that's it. I'm done. So,
That,
you've answered my second question. So, and you've also actually basically answered the third question as well. And if I wrap them both into one, they were sort of like, what made you decide there had to be another way and say yes, but also what it's created for your family. So let's kind of, what's the top three things it's created for your family by investing in this
yeah.
business?
Yeah, I will share like obviously because we were in so much debt. Like people have this people have this understanding that debt is bad debt. And some debt is bad debt. But when I saw what was possible here and investing $15,000 into a business, we didn't have that money. So I just using that inner knowing and using that pull towards something bigger and greater, not only for myself, but for my unborn baby. I sold the only car that I had at 23 weeks pregnant. I walked to work because my husband had a work car at the time. So yeah, I sold the car. 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks to leave, 2 weeks to get the cash, 2 weeks to invest into this business. Again, everybody thought that we were batshit crazy. Um, but I just did it. I did it because I was at my rock bottom. And so what was worse than staying at rock bottom? Absolutely nothing. We were already in $57,000 debt. I was investing into myself and into a business that could literally change our life. I couldn't get any lower than where I currently was. And so instead of thinking of this investment as a consumer mindset, I went into it with an investor mindset. Like, I can't afford not to do this. Like, I actually can't. I need to save my marriage. I need to show my kids that they can be, do, and have every fucking thing that they want in their life. And that to this day is my driving force. Um, and it doesn't matter where you came from. Like, I didn't grow up with money. Like my mum and dad struggled our whole life. I had a job when I was 13 years old because if I wanted things, I had to buy them myself. And so I haven't come from a background where it's like handed to me. I've literally had to pivot, change, alter my whole life. And so that was like the catalyst of me really coming into this space, selling a car, 6 months later being able to buy two cars because of this business. Um, so what this business has actually gave me in three things, I think it's given me independence to actually back myself 100% as a woman in 2026. It's not only been able to allow myself to back myself, but it's allowed myself to truly see my own potential. Instead of looking at Sally, Joe, Bob, whoever, I actually look at myself and I'm like, who do I want to be and what type of impact do I want to leave in this world? And that's from a place of knowing that I have the answers inside of me. I had the answers 8 years ago. I have the answers now. And I move through this world making decisions based off what I truly want and the impact that I truly want to leave in this world. And that is what's going to be carried on through my kids' lives, the grandkids, every single woman that has joined me since saying yes to this business. I get to leave an imprint on their future and their generations, and that's just the ripple effect throughout. I think the second biggest thing for me is watching my husband really find something that he's passionate about. And instead of just, clocking in and clocking out, he hasn't picked up a tool since 2023 because of this business. Watching him fall in love with being a parent, watching him fall in love with our life, and watching him not be a slave to the system, but fully understand that he has a choice just the same as I have a choice. Watching him really, yeah, find that purpose and presence in his life. And then the third one is the community that I have built, the women, the men, the families that, they actually believe in themselves too now. And it all takes one person. Like the version of me 8 years ago would be so fucking proud of the version of me sitting here today, being able to speak the way that I do. I've got dyslexia. Like I've never been good at speaking the way that like in front of the camera, not academically smart, but I've found something that lights me up so much that my whole world like is now curated to helping people understand purpose, helping people, understand structures outside of systems that they don't even want to be a part of, helping people find that pull within themselves to truly know that they can transform their life. And from me just saying yes 8 years ago has allowed hundreds of thousands of people to say yes to their dream life and to their children and to be present mums and dads. And that in itself, like I could retire tomorrow and know that the impact that get to leave on this earth is because of just one decision for truly backing myself.
I knew this interview was going to be powerful, but I'm just like, microphone. I don't even know what to say. Like, that's, yeah, I can see like, why you are where you are. Like, you are amazing to listen to. It's very powerful. Like, you're one amazing woman and one of like so many that I'm meeting in this business, and I feel so grateful to be part of. So, for the other women that are actually watching this interview and they quietly want more, so they might be doubtful and they might look at you and go, that could never be me.
Mm.
You say to her,
I'll repeat something that Beck actually said to me 7 years ago, and it's stuck with me ever since. And it's what's keeping you so loyal to a life that's keeping you so stuck. And I was so loyal to, I've been in the Royal Australian Navy. I've been a personal trainer. I've done what I thought was correct. I've had a house. I've had a mortgage. And yet I still felt suffocated in my own life. I still felt like I was a stranger to my everyday wake up, repeat, go to bed. And that's not the way that I wanted to live. And I couldn't ignore that pull. I couldn't ignore, what was outside of me. Like everything, your intuition is leading you and guiding you always. And so I was sick of being loyal to a life that kept me so fucking stuck in my marriage, stuck in my bank account, stuck in my friendships when I knew that there was so much more out there to what I was currently settling for. And so if you're sitting here watching Mel and thinking, I can't do this. You absolutely can. It's baby steps. Every single day, baby steps. And over years, you've ran marathons. You've changed your life. You've like you're not only just changing your life, but if you've got kids, you're changing their life and their grandkids. And it's just this big cycle. And the relationship that I have now with my kids, it's like what I had growing up, this is what I yearned for. Deeper connection, deeper trust, deeper loyalty, deeper love, deeper freedom. The conversations I have with my kids trump any person talking about me behind my back. They trump any decision that somebody has to like shut me down or stab me in the back. Like I actually don't care because when you really eliminate in the things that are in your life that no longer serve you, you create space for what's actually meant to find you. And what's meant for you will always find you. So if this business opportunity has found you, you just need to take that courage, grab it with two hands and say, I'm going to do whatever the fuck it takes until it takes. And that's it.
thank you. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. Thank you so much for sharing all of your story. And again, what I love about these conversations is It's reminding us that success doesn't just belong to a special few.
No.
It can
And
be
success,
anyone.
I really want to say this one thing because I had a conversation recently. Like I'm tatted up to the fucking tens. Like I've got blue nails. I'm like success to me like isn't suits and career and making your way to the top of the fucking food chain in whatever department you want to be in. Success is how you actually feel every single day that you wake up. How your kids feel. Do they feel freedom? Do they feel choice? Do they feel suffocated? Are you dictated by what's in your bank account? Are you not? So freedom does not have to mean suits, fucking law, like corporate ladders, all the things. To me, freedom is literally like I wake up in Bali every single day with my family. They world school, so we have to go on a visa run soon. And my kids are like, "Where are we going?" And I'm like, "You can choose the country." Like that, to me, is success. So stop idolizing or pedestaling somebody else's version of success and really truly start going inwards and finding out what lights you up because from there, that's your success.
That's right. Thinking more from here and not so much from here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Checking out of that whole mainstream because that's not getting you anywhere, really.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Look, if Sinead's story resonated with any of you here, then you're going to love what we've actually got coming up next. So, the wealth frequency, it's bringing together six incredible women from our community, including Sinead. They're all earning six figures or more in this business, and they're going to be sharing more about their journey, the lessons, the strategies, also things about the mindset shifts and what helped them create this income. This is about personal growth, but it's also very much about money and creating the resources to live the life that you actually want, not just for you, but for your family. And like Sinead said, for your family's family, so for generations to come. So the wealth frequency is happening live on the 10th and the 11th of June, and access is completely free for a limited time. If you would like the details, drop wealth just below in the comments and I'll send them through. In the meantime, thank you so much for that was hands down 10 out of 10.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I'm excited to see everybody inside the wealth frequency.
It'll be amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'll talk with
Bye-bye.
you soon. Bye.